Welcome to NEET Multiple Choice Questions in Physics, Kinematics Part 3. So let us see multiple choice questions in motion in a plane, two-dimensional motion. Question number 1. In the given figure, A is equal to 15 meter per second square represents the total acceleration of a particle moving in the clockwise direction in the circle of radius r equal to 2.5 meter at a given instant of time. Here, the diagram they have given, the speed of the particle is A 4.5 meter per second, B 5 meter per second, C 5.7 meter per second, option D 6.2 meter per second. Which one is the correct option? So here the option for question number 1 is option C is the correct answer, 5.7 meter per second. So in the diagram it is A. If it is A, it is A cos theta. So the centripetal acceleration is mentioned by A cos theta means 30 degree. So A they have given 15 into cos 30, that means 15 into root 3 by 2. So here, how we are finding the velocity, that means the speed of the particle. You know mv square by r, centripetal force is equal to mv square by r. So if you remove the mass, the v square by r will give you only the value of, acceleration. So centripetal acceleration is equal to v square by r. That means v is equal to square root of centripetal acceleration into radius. So centripetal acceleration, what is the component of centripetal acceleration? 15 into root 3 by 2 into radius 2.5. If you multiply, you will get 5.7 meter per second. So option C is the correct answer. Question number 2. A boat is sent across a river with a velocity of 8 km per hour. If the resultant velocity of boat is 10 km per hour, then the velocity of the river is option A 12.8 km per hour, option B 6 km per hour, option C 8 km per hour, option D 10 km per hour. So which is the correct option? For question number 2, 6 km per hour is the correct option. You know, velocity of the river, VR, let me assume. They are asking this only. Velocity of the boat, V suffix B. This is called resultant velocity. So they have given velocity of boat and the resultant velocity, but velocity of river they are asking. You know, according to parallelogram law, you know, if P and Q are two vectors, then root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta, parallelogram law vectors. From the same formula, resultant velocity is equal to square root of VB square plus VR square plus 2VB VR into cos theta. So they have given resultant velocity. Velocity of the boat 8 they have given. Velocity of the river they are asking. Here the angle between the velocity of river and velocity of boat is 90 degree. So cos 90 becomes 0. So the whole term becomes 0 here. So if you simplify this, you will get velocity of the river is equal to 6 km per hour. This is the correct answer. Question number 3. A body is moving with velocity 30 meter per second towards east. After 10 seconds, its velocity becomes 40 meter per second towards north. The average acceleration of the body is option A 1 meter per second square, option B 7 meter per second square, option C square root of 7 meter per second square, option D 5 meter per second square. The correct option for question number 3 is option D 5 meter per second square. Here they have given 30 meter per second. So I am making it in the unit vectors in the form of I, J, K. They have given only 2. So what I am doing, initial velocity I am taking it as 30I. Final velocity I am taking it as 40J. So there is no option for K. So you leave it. Change in velocity is equal to final minus initial. That means 40J minus 30I. So we have formed a equation. So if you take magnitude for that, you will get 50 magnitude of that value. change in velocity. So average acceleration is equal to change in velocity by time. So how much time they have given in the problem? 10 seconds. So 50 by 10, you will get 5 meter per second square is the correct answer. Question number 4. If a body A of mass m is thrown with velocity v at an angle of 30 degree to the horizontal, and another body B of the same mass is thrown with the same speed at an angle of 60 degree to the horizontal, the ratio of horizontal range of A to B will be. There are 4 options are there. Option A 1:3, option B 1:1, option C 1:√3, option D √3:1. So the correct option for question number 4 is actually option B 1:1. So how we are getting the answer? So we will see here. For the given velocity of projection u, the horizontal range is the same for angle of projection theta and 90 minus theta. Theta means, suppose if you take theta 30 degree, 90 minus theta means it is 60 degree. For the two angles of projection, the range will be same. So we have to prove it. So horizontal range, you know the formula. This is the formula. So if you apply 30 degree, you will get this. Then if you apply for 60 degree, you will get same. So the range is the same whether the angle is theta, that means 30, or 90 minus theta, that means 60. So the ratio of ranges is 1:1. So option B is the correct answer. Question number 5. An object of mass 3 kg is at rest. Now a force of F is equal to 60 square I plus 4tj is applied on the object. Then the velocity of the object at t is equal to 3 seconds is option A 18I plus 3j, option B 18I plus 6j, option C 3I plus 18j, option D 18I plus 4j. Which one is the correct option? The option for question number 5 is option B 18I plus 6j is the correct answer. Here how to get the value 18I plus 6j? Here you know mass 3 kg they have given in the problem. Force they have given 60 square I plus 4tg is the equation. So acceleration means force by mass, because F is equal to ma, you know. So A is equal to F by m. So you are getting this equation. So A means acceleration, that means differentiation. In terms of differentiation, change in velocity by time, dv by dt is given by this equation. If you want dv, suppose if you want to integrate it, you will get the distance. If you are integrating it, you will get the velocity. So what is the velocity they are asking in the problem? So what is the velocity of the object at t equal to 3 seconds is, so they are asking velocity. Now we are having the acceleration term. If we integrate it, we will get the velocity term. So for that, t is equal to 3 seconds is the final velocity when it reaches the time 3 seconds. So starting to 3 seconds means 0 to 3 we are putting the limit here. So what we are getting here, if we are integrating it, we are applying the limit here. So 18I plus 6j, we are getting the answer for this. Question number 6. A particle moves along a circle of radius 20 by pi meter with constant tangential acceleration. If the velocity of the particle is 80 meter per second at the end of the second revolution after motion has begun, the tangential acceleration is option A 40 meter per second square, option B 640 meter per second square, option C 160p meter per second square, option D 40p meter per second square. So which one is correct? So for question number 6, 40 meter per second square is the acceleration. How we are getting? Here you know the equation v square is equal to u square plus 2as. So initial velocity is 0. So it becomes 0. So we are writing v square is equal to 2as only. So from that we can know a is equal to v square by 2s. So what is the velocity they have given the problem? 80 meter per second. So 80 into 80, 2 into what is the distance traveled? In 2 revolution, the distance is for 1 revolution for 1 complete circle 2 pi r. For 2 revolution, 2 into 2 pi r, that means 4 pi r is the total distance traveled. So 4 into pi into r value they have given 20 by pi. So 4 into pi into 20 by pi. So pi gets cancelled. 4 into 20, 80 meter. So we have substituted 80 here instead of s. So if you simplify it, you will get 40 meter per second square is the correct answer. Question number 7. A particle of mass m is projected with a velocity v, making an angle 45 degree with the horizontal. When the particle lands on the level ground, the magnitude of the change in its momentum will be option A mv root 2, option B 0, option C 2 mv, option D mv by root 2. Here, this is the projectile. You are projecting with velocity v. If it is making it at theta angle, it is v cos theta and it is v sin theta. Here, horizontal component of velocity is constant throughout the motion, but the vertical velocity goes on changing continuously. So initially, what is the change in vertical momentum here? How to find out? So when it starts from the point O, the velocity goes on increasing. So the momentum also increases. So let me take v sin theta is the vertical velocity. So mv sin theta is the vertical momentum. When it comes downwards, it goes on decreasing. So mv sin theta is the momentum when it goes upwards, but minus mv sin theta is the momentum when it comes downwards. So how we can solve it? Here you see the problem. Mass m, let me assume velocity v, angle 45 degree. So here momentum means mass multiplied by velocity. Here the component of velocity is v sin theta. So when it goes up, we are writing mv sin theta. That means mv sin 45, because 45 degree, it makes an angle of projection is 45 degree. So when it reaches the ground, it will be minus mv sin theta. So what is the change in vertical momentum? But horizontal component of velocity is constant. So there is no change in horizontal momentum. So what is the change in vertical momentum? Final vertical momentum minus initial vertical momentum. That means final vertical momentum minus mv sin 45. Then minus initial momentum mv sin 45. So minus of minus 2 mv sin 45. Sin 45 root 1 by root 2. So 2 mv into 1 by root 2, you will get root 2 mv. So option A is the correct answer for this question. Question number 8. A particle starting from origin 0, 0 moves in a straight line in the xy plane. Its coordinates at a later time are root 3, 3. The path of the particle makes with the x-axis at an angle of option A 45 degree, option B 60 degree, option C 0 degree, option D 30 degree. So the correct option for question number 8 is 60 degree. Option B is the correct answer. Here in x-axis how much it covers root 3. In y-axis how much it covers 3. So this is the point which mentions root 3, 3. So if you make a triangle, if you want to find out the slope, tan theta is called opposite side by adjacent side. Opposite side, this side is equal to this. So 3 by adjacent side root 3. So 3 by root 3 can be written as tan theta is equal to root 3. So theta is equal to tan inverse of root 3 is equal to nothing but 60 degree. Question number 9. Two racing cars of masses m1 and m2 are moving in circles of radii r1 and r2 respectively. Their speeds are such that each makes a complete circle in the same time t. The ratio of the angular speeds of the first to the second car is option A r1 is to r2, option B m1 is to m2, option C 1 is to 1, option D m1 m2 is to r1 r2. The correct option for question number 9 is option C. That means 1 is to 1 is the correct answer. How we will say? Here both the cars complete and circle in the same time t only. You know the general formula for angular speed, omega is equal to 2 pi by t. Angular speed of the first car is omega 1 is equal to 2 pi by t. For the second car also you are getting omega 2 is equal to 2 pi by t. So the ratio of omega 1 omega 2 is 2 pi by t by 2 pi by t. You will get 1 by 1. So the ratio is 1 by 1. Question number 10. A projectile is fired at an angle of 45 degree with the horizontal. Elevation angle of projectile at its highest point as seen from the point of projection is option A 45 degree, option B 60 degree, option C tan inverse of option D tan inverse of root 3 by 2. The correct option for question number 10 is option B tan inverse of. Here you see the diagram. This is half of the range, this is half of the range, this is maximum height. So angle of projection is 45 degree. So elevation, here what they have given, elevation angle of projectile. That means here alpha they have given. So how to find out this? You know maximum height reached formula. Okay. By substituting theta value, you are getting h is equal to u square by 4g. You know range formula. By substituting theta value, you are getting r is equal to u square by g. But half of the range means r by 2 means u square by 2g you are getting. So in the next step, so here the same thing here we continued. Here in the diagram, we want to find out the slope. So tan alpha is equal to opposite side by adjacent side. Here you see opposite side is h, adjacent side is r by 2, half of the range. So what I am writing here, h maximum height by half of the range, that means r by 2. So tan alpha is equal to, what do you mean by h? U square by 4g. And what do you mean by r by 2 value? R by 2 value already here, u square by 2g. Suppose if you want to simplify it, what happens? U square by 4g divided by means in cross multiplication it will come opposite. So u square gets cancelled. So g gets cancelled. 2 by 4, that means 1 by 2. So what happens here? Tan alpha is equal to 1 by 2. Otherwise, alpha is equal to tan inverse of 1 by 2. So this is the correct option. Question number 11. The position vector of a particle is r is equal to a cos omega t into I plus a sin omega t into j. The velocity of the particle is option A directed towards the origin, option B directed away from the origin, option C parallel to the position vector, option D perpendicular to the position vector. The correct option for question number 11 is option D. That means velocity is perpendicular to the position vector, or it is extra point. Acceleration is directed towards the origin. Here we want answer, velocity is perpendicular to the position vector. So or they have given here. So in the problem what they have given, a cos omega t into I, a sin omega t into j. So here what we have taken, a cos omega t, that means it is I, you take it is I, it is j, so whatever it may be. Here they have given xy, it is also I, it is also j, so here also I, j, you substitute it. So it is position vector. When you are differentiate, you are getting velocity. Again if you differentiate, you will get acceleration. So what we want to say here, the position vector is directed away from the origin. Here r is position vector, v is velocity. So if you multiply both these, r multiplied by v, if you are getting the 0 value, that means a dot b equal to 0 means a and b are perpendicular. In the same way, r dot v is equal to 0 means r and v are perpendicular. Here you know the circle, it is radius. So if your body is traveling, so it is velocity here, it is position vector r. So what is the angle between position vector and velocity? 90 degree. So 90 degree means they are perpendicular. So the answer, here you see, answer D is the correct answer. Question number 12. If the magnitude of sum of two vectors is equal to the magnitude of difference of the two vectors, the angle between these vectors is option A 45 degree, option B 180 degree, Option C 0 degree. Option D 90 degree. The correct option for question number 12 is option D 90 degree. Here two vectors A and B. The magnitude of sum of the two vectors, that means modulus of A plus B. That means you will get the A plus B whole square formula. A square plus B square plus 2AB. Here mod means you are taking square root here. So the magnitude of difference of A and B, that means A minus B means A square plus B square minus 2AB. So mod, since it is mod value, we are taking square root here. So the mod A plus B is equal to mod A minus B. They have given in the problem. That means you are equating these expansions. What happens? So both the sides A square plus B square is there, so they gets cancelled. So if you are squaring on both sides, you will get 2AB cos theta is equal to minus 2AB cos theta. So minus 2AB cos theta comes in the left hand side. What happens? Plus 2AB cos theta. So you are getting totally 4AB cos theta is equal to 0. So 4AB is equal to 0. That means cos theta is equal to 0. Theta is equal to 90 degree is the correct answer. Question number 13. The vectors A and B are such that modulus of A plus B is equal to modulus of A minus B. The angle between the two vectors is option A 45 degree, option B 90 degree, option C 60 degree, option D 75 degree. So for question number 13 is also solved as like in the question number 12. See mod A plus B. So you are getting A square plus 2AB mod A minus B. So after squaring you will get these values only in both sides. So A square, B square, A square, B square, they gets cancelled. 2AB minus 2AB comes this side, 4AB is equal to 0. So what you are getting, as dot product of two vectors is 0, the angle between them should be 90 degree only, because A dot B is equal to AB cos theta. When it becomes 0, when cos 90B is equal, theta equal to 90, it becomes 0. So the dot product of these two vectors is 0. When it will be 0, they are perpendicular, that means 90 degree. Question number 14. The angle between the two vectors A is equal to 3i plus 4j plus 5k and B is equal to 3i plus 4j minus 5k will be option A 90 degree, option D 180 degree, option C 0, option D 45 degree. The correct option for question number 14 is option A 90 degree is the correct answer. So they have given A vector, they have given B vector. So you know A dot B is equal to AB cos theta. So what you are doing, cos theta is equal to A dot B by magnitude of A, magnitude of B. That means mod A, mod B. So you are substituting the value A vector, B vector. Mod means you are taking square root. Here also you are taking square root. You are simplifying. So what you are getting, 0 by 50 means anything by 0 by anything, 0. So cos theta is equal to 0. That means 0 is equal to cos theta is equal to cos inverse of 0. That means theta is equal to 90 degree is the correct answer. Question number 15. An electric fan has blades of length 30 cm measured from the axis of rotation. If the fan is rotating at 120 rotations per minute, the acceleration of a point on the tip of the blade is option A 1600 meter per second square, option B 47.4 meter per second square, option C 23.7 meter per second square, option D 50.55 meter per second square. The correct option for question number 15 is option B 47.4 meter per second square is the correct answer. You know how to calculate the centripetal acceleration. See, from mv square formula we can get mr omega square formula. How you are getting, you know v equal to r omega. If you substitute v equal to r omega, you will get mr omega square. Here m means mass, r omega square means acceleration. So A is equal to omega square r or r omega square is the formula for centripetal acceleration. Here omega I want to find out. What do you mean by omega? That is 2 pi nu. It is nu value. Frequency, nu means frequency. 2 pi nu. Whole square means 4 pi square, nu square is the value, into r. So 4 number pi square, nu means frequency. So they have given 120 rotations per minute. I want to convert into rotations per second. So per minute 120 means per second we will get 2 rotations per second. You are converting into second. So you substitute here the given values, frequency you have substituted, and also R value they have given 0.3 30 centimeter means 0.3 meter. So if you multiply all these values, 47.4 meter per second square is the correct answer. Question number 16. If a unit vector is represented 0.5i minus 0.8j plus ck, then the value of c is option A square root of 0.01, option B square root of 0.11, option C 1, option D 0.39. The correct option for question number 16 is option B square root of 0.11. Here they have mentioned unit vector. A vector whose magnitude is 1 is called unit vector. So from the definition of the unit vector, mod n vector unit vector is equal to 1. So here mod means here also you want to find out the magnitude of this value. So you are squaring this side, also squaring both sides. So what happens? 0.25, 0.64 plus c square. So by taking ijk unit vectors, you are squaring and you are getting this value is equal to 1 square means 1. So if you simplify it, c is equal to square root of 0.11 is the correct answer. Question number 17. Identify the vector quantity among the following. Option A distance, option B angular momentum, option C heat, option D energy. Here simply you can answer. Distance is a scalar quantity, heat it is also scalar quantity, energy also scalar quantity. The only thing is angular momentum. So the option for question number 17 is option B angular momentum is the correct option. Since the angular momentum has both magnitude and direction, it is a vector quantity. Question number 18. Two projectiles of same mass and with same velocity are thrown at an angle of 60 degree and 30 degree with the horizontal. Then which will remain the same? Here option A time of flight, option B range of projectile, option C maximum height acquired, option D all of them. See here also theta means 60 degree. 90 minus theta means it is nothing but 30 degree. So for two angles of projection the range will be only same. So the option for question number 18 you can select only range, because for all other options time of flight is equal to 2u sin theta by g, for height is equal to u square sin square theta by 2g, so it is sin square theta. The formula they have given wrong. So if you substitute you will not get the same value. So for 30 degree and 60 degree the range will remain the same, because sin 2 theta is same for 30 degree and 60 degree. So option B is the correct answer. Question number 19. The vector sum of two forces is perpendicular to their vector differences. In that case, the forces option A are equal to each other, option B are equal to each other in magnitude, option C are not equal to each other in magnitude, option D they cannot be predicted. So option for question number 19 is option B are equal to each other in magnitude. How we are saying? So vector sum A plus B, let me assume P vector. Vectors difference A minus B, let me assume Q vector. If they are perpendicular, so multiplication of P and Q should be equal to 0. Perpendicular means theta is equal to 90 degree. If theta is equal to 90 degree, cos 90 will become 0. So P dot Q equal to PQ cos theta. Cos 90 becomes 0 means P dot Q is equal to 0 if they are perpendicular. So P means A plus B, Q means A minus B. So it is sum of the two vectors. It is difference of the two vectors. So it is equal to 0 according to this equation. So here if you are multiplying it, A square minus B square is equal to 0. So we can write A square is equal to B square. A square minus B square is equal to 0. So you can write, so if you take magnitude, mod A is equal to mod B. So from this we can tell they are equal to each other in magnitude. Question number 20. 6 vectors A2 through F, A, B, C, D, E, F, 6 vectors have the magnitudes and directions indicated in the figure. A vector is given like this, B vector is given like this, C vector is given like this, D vector is given like this, E vector is given like this, F vector is given like this. So different directions, different magnitudes they have given. which of the following statement is true. So you draw the given vectors by using addition of vectors. See, each and everything you check out it, but it will not satisfy. So if you take option C, what happens? Here D vector is given in this direction and E vector is given in this direction. So the resultant of D and E will be given in this direction, that means F. So option C holds good for this combination. So option C is the correct answer for question number 20. Question number 21. A person aiming to reach exactly opposite point on the bank of a stream is swimming with a speed of 0.5 meter per second at an angle of 120 degree with the direction of flow of water. The speed of water in the stream is option A 0.25 meter per second, option B 0.5 meter per second, option C 1 meter per second, option D 0.433 meter per second. The correct option for question number 21 is option A 0.25 meter per second. So how we are getting? So we are drawing the data, given data, we are drawing velocity of the stream. So it is resultant velocity. So here swimming with a speed of u 0.5 meter per second, u 0.5 meter per second. So u is this. So velocity of the stream. If it is u, if it is u, if it is v, this is called resultant. So R is called resultant. Here you see here, by resolution of vector, if it is the 30 degree, it is cos component. It is cos component and it is sine component. It is parallel to this. So the velocity of sine is v is equal to u sine theta. That means u sine theta means 30 degree. So u sine 30 degree. 30 sine theta means 30 means half. So 0.5 into half means 0.25 meter per second is the correct answer. Question number 22. If vectors A is equal to cos omega t I plus sin omega t j and B is equal to cos omega t by 2 I plus sin omega t by 2 j are functions of time, then the value of t at which they are orthogonal to each other is option A t is equal to pi by omega, option B t equal to 0, option C t equal to pi by 2 4 omega, option D t equal to pi by 2 omega. The correct option for question number 22 is, here you see here, t equal to pi omega. This is the correct option. See, two vectors A and B are orthogonal to each other when if their scalar product is 0. That means A dot B equal to 0. So A they have given, B they have given, so you take the scalar product. So what you are getting, so by multiplying, you by use this simple rules of dot product. I dot I, j dot j, you will get 1. Other combination you will get 0. So you are getting cos omega t minus omega t by 2. Suppose if you are substituting t is equal to pi by omega, then you will get cos 90 is equal to 0. You will get correct answer. That means cos omega into pi by omega, cos omega into pi by omega divided by 2. So if we simplify cos pi minus pi by 2, that means cos pi by 2. Cos pi by 2 means nothing but 90 degree. So cos 90 means 0. So pi by omega is the correct answer. So we are justifying it. Question number 23. A missile is fired for maximum range with the initial velocity of 20 meter per second. They have given g value of 10 meter per second square. The range of the missile is option A 40 meter, option B 50 meter, option C 60 meter, option D 20 meter. So which one is correct? The option for question number 23 is option A, 40 meter is the correct answer. So you know the formula for range, R is equal to U square sin 2 theta by G. When it will reach maximum range, when theta is equal to 45 degree, the range will be maximum. So if you substitute the given values here, you will get range R is equal to 40 meter is the correct answer. Question number 24. A particle A is dropped from a height and another particle B is projected in horizontal direction with speed of 5 meter per second from the same height, then correct statement is option A, particle A will reach at ground first and with respect to particle B. Particle B will reach at ground with respect to the particle A. Both particles will reach at the ground simultaneously. Option D, both particles will reach at the ground with the same speed. So which one is the correct option here? So the option for question number 24 is option C, both particles will reach at ground simultaneously. It is the correct answer. How we are telling both particles will reach at the ground simultaneously? So explanation we will see. Time required to reach the ground is dependent. Time required to reach the ground is dependent on the vertical motion of the particle. Vertical motion of both the particles A and B are exactly same. Although particle B has an initial velocity, but that is in the horizontal direction and it has no component in vertical direction. So component of a vector at vertical direction 90 is equal to 0. So hence they will reach the ground simultaneously. Question number 25. A man is slipping on a frictionless inclined plane and a bag falls down from the same height. So a man and bag falls from the same height. Then the velocity of both is related as option A, velocity of bag will be more than velocity of man. Option B, velocity of bag will be less than velocity of man. Option C, velocity of bag and velocity of man will be equal. Option D, velocity of bag and velocity of man cannot be related. So the option for question number 25 is option C, velocity of bag and velocity of man is equal. The vertical motion in both the cases is g, whereas horizontal velocity is constant. So the vertical motion acceleration is only influenced by g. So as man and bag both fall same distance in vertical direction, So their acceleration along vertical are equal, hence their speed will be same.
Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe.